stop. Read 168, a little bit better. 168 miles an hour. We might be able to push 170 today, so we'll see, which is great. I mean, first day of this car, so I'm a happy camper. All right, let's try and increase a little bit. Okay, so the next part is probably the shadiest thing in speedrun history, to be honest. It feels like it, but it's not. As soon as I was pulling my speed, which was 170 miles an hour, first for me actually, my GoPro died, and I heard it like, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. But anyway, 170 miles an hour, which is pretty amazing for a 7 scale, so good job. I'm not saying it because I'm the hero. Cordova, amazing work. So to be honest, this is the 1446. This is a motor that Jose and Aldo made about a year ago, and it's been laying around my shop and my boxes when I was in throughout my move, so I couldn't really test it. But 1446, 1445, about the same motor, amazing work. So they do have the juice. Definitely highly recommended. 170 miles in a 7 scale, pretty bang on. Another thing about Perfect Pass, as you guys seen, a lot of guys don't like how Perfect Pass feels. I think you guys still struggle to really understand how to calibrate Perfect Pass, so it feels weird. You're not supposed to feel Perfect Pass. It's supposed to feel completely natural if you really follow the instructions. Now, the good thing about Perfect Pass, even if you don't like driving with it, which hundreds and hundreds of drivers do, we sold hundreds of them, literally hundreds and hundreds of them, and people are loving them. Even if you don't like driving them, or you couldn't really figure out the calibration and whatnot, it's still an amazing tool to have when you're trying to actually work on your gearing, because no matter who you are, you're not going to have a perfect 0 to 100 linear pass. You're just not going to, and it's going to sometimes lie to you when it comes to amperage and wattage, and you're not going to know how much to actually gear up because you're struggling to understand what your ESC is going through while you're running. With Perfect Pass, there's none of it. 0 to 100, it's just a perfect linear line. So whatever story your ESC is telling you, it's true. Because sometimes when we run, tell you what, it's just not perfect, you know? And Perfect Pass is obviously a robot, it's an algorithm, it's a software. It can't be wrong. It's just perfect every single time. So Perfect Pass, highly recommended. They're on Island Hobby Nut. I'm going to put a link in the description below. If you're a beginner, this is a lifesaver for you, and it's going to teach you great ethics when it comes to throttle control. And if you are a pro and you want to be the man and drive it yourself and I don't need anyone's help and blah, 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 great. But it's still an awesome tool. Sometimes, I know you guys are perfect. Can you go fast without Perfect Pass? Of course you can. Of course. But it's just not going to be that linear, perfect, flawless line. I've had many conversations with drivers that say, some drivers, not many, but some say, I'm the man, I don't need Perfect Pass, I don't need anyone to help me, and blah, blah, blah. Ego. You can't drive as Perfect Pass. You just can't. We're not machines. Now, driving without it is great. You can probably go really fast and blah, blah, blah. But if you want to really understand what your system is doing and gear it to the perfect T, you don't have a choice. You just don't. So a lot of you guys that have amazing speeds out there, I'm telling you that with Perfect Pass, you will have that extra 2, 3, 4 miles an hour. It's a fact. It's math. You can't, it's not my opinion, it's just math. You are not driving 0 to 100 with a linear perfect line without amperage spikes and voltage drops, even the tiny ones. You can't. You're not a machine, and it's not your fault. So this is what we did with Perfect Pass, which is great. Another word to be said about this road, it's a little downhill, so I'm not really sure about how legit those speeds are. Now, it's still a runway, so it's rather flat, but I'm going to run to the other direction next time, just because I'm curious. There is a certain slope there. Obviously, on video, it looks horrible. It literally looks like we're driving off a cliff. I saw the videos now that I was editing the video, and I'm like, holy God, man, that looks bad. In video, it doesn't look as bad in real life. I'm still going to run the car the other way just to see the difference. Actually, an interesting subject for a video is downhill really faster, sorry. So we're gonna see about that. But in the meanwhile, let's go on with the video. We didn't have that on video, but there's just too much power, just ridiculous amount of power. So as much as I really wanted to give those a try this weekend, I can't. Guys, this is a super high-tech wind meter. Just so you know, this is how we know direction and speed of the wind. We got what?
Start, let's go.
What, serpent?
Yeah, serpent.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
8S.
8S?
8S.
All right.
With USMC.
All over the place. Jesus. Guys, get used to it. These are going to be the videos. We're going to have like probably 30 speed runs every time we go out here.
What's that?
Oh man, the motor got so hot.